Hey there, the internet, Mickey P here, and the world is super fucked up. So we're going to avoid that and hide in nostalgia and take a look at King's Quest III in the original box. Although actually this isn't the original box, because the original box was the grey one, so I guess this is the 1987 re-release. Oh well, you get the meaning. Anyway, King's Quest III To Heir as Human was obviously the third game in the King's Quest series. And it was controversial at the time because it was the first one in which you did not play as King Graham, or King Graham, or however his name is pronounced. Instead, you played as a character who at first you thought of as Gwydion, who was some boy kept imprisoned by this wizard, Manannan. But then at the end you find out he's actually Prince Alexander, and I guess that makes it okay, and it's not. I don't know. So anyway, King's Quest III To Heir as Human. Gotta love the pun names of this series, don't you? On the front cover we've got the wizard with Gwydion in the crystal ball being held prisoner. And at this time there are apparently over 500,000 copies sold of this game. And a printed Roberta Williams signature. So yeah, I think when I did King's Quest 4, it was more like 700,000, 900,000 or something. But this is earlier, so less copies sold, obviously. Let's look at the system requirements, because they're fun. Alright, if it gets focused, yep. So this release supports EGA, CGA, MCGA, VGA, and Hercules monochrome graphics cards. And has 3.5 and 5.25 inch discs enclosed, and will support hard discs, and needs 256K RAM. So I think the original release of this didn't explicitly support VGA, may have supported EGA, but one of the reasons they had, like, most VGA cards were EGA backward compatible, but the IBM's base models of PS2 computer didn't have a proper VGA card, and then they had MCGA, which supported the 256 color VGA mode, but wasn't backwards compatible fully with VGA. So I think that's why they did these 1987 re-releases of the first 3 games, to patch in native direct VGA support to support that line of computers. And I'm not sure, I think the earlier ones may have not been had hard disk support. They may have run as like boot disks. I haven't actually ever seen a copy like that, so I'd have to find that out for myself if I ever decide to expand my collection to multiple copies of games. But anyway, I've been rambling on a bit about just the front of this box. Let's look around the side and the back. Yeah. So this release of 1, 2, 3, and 4 all do have like matching spines, which makes them look pretty cool on the shelf. And it's a 3D animated adventure game. 3D, you're right. And the back, it's got all about how it's the eagerly awaited sequel and whole new level of innovation. So yeah, this came on more than one floppy disk, which I guess was, yeah, I guess it meant it was bigger or something. And there's Roberta Williams, looking all young. Let's open it up. I do like this era of box. I noticed they kind of have a glossy finish over the actual photo to make it look more photo-ish. It's cool. Inside the box we've got 2 floppy disks with the game on it, and 3 bigger floppy disks. I'm not sure what size these discs are. I'm guessing. See, I know these are 720K, but I don't know what these are because I can't read them. Yeah. It is convenient that this era is just putting both disc sizes into one box. And we've got the manual. And I like the look of this manual because game manuals don't really ever look like this anymore, because it's like, in terms of printing, it's only a limited number of colors, but it's kind of fancy paper and nice typesetting and stuff. And most of it's basically story, and then there's some technical notes about how to play the game. And then there are the spells from the spellbook in the game. This was kind of a form of copy protection, that you had to look in the real book to get the spells in the spellbook. The other form of copy protection was the fact that there's a magic secret sector on this disc that you can't copy, that you need the original disc in to actually play the game. Which is awkward if you're trying to run it on a modern computer in an emulator, because modern floppy controllers don't quite work the same way. That's entertaining. Oh, there's cracks out there for it anyway, so that's kind of what I had to do. And then there's the reference card for MS-DOS, explaining how to install it, what keys it uses, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was originally in the box or if it was just made its way in here somewhere, but this is something about free 10 hours of AOL, and it mentions inserting an enclosed disk, but there's no AOL disk in here, so I don't know where this came from. May have just found its way into the box just because someone left it there. And the warranty registration card. Now, I know I make fun of these and how they never get sent away, but it does occur to me that in US consumer protection law at the time, you did have to... They could actually make you fill out one of these and send it away just to get a replacement for a faulty disc. I know these days, at least in Australia, you can't. If the disc is faulty, you can take it back to the shop and the shop has to take care of it. But laws in different countries are different. And reading this, I kind of got the impression that it's more of it's a way of them harvesting data about you so they can advertise to you later, I guess. And there is a thing to tell you to get Prodigy, which I've seen in quite a lot of old Zero games. I guess they had to deal with Prodigy, whatever Prodigy is. Oh, they made fun of it in one of the later Space Quest games. All across the country, wherever we introduced the Prodigy service, people were talking about how terrible and slow it is, I guess. And finally, we've got the Sierra 10th anniversary catalogue. Not sure if I've looked at this on this channel before, but I'll give it a flip through. It's got ads for the then new King Quest 4, because I guess this release came out, a specific box must have come out about then when King's Quest 4 is the new shit. And yeah, I know what I think cool is the page on Japanese games, because they were publishing a few games from Game Arts at the time. And I guess they were also trying to sell productivity software like Smart Money. And of course there's ads for AdLib and MP32 cards. So yeah, that's King's Quest 3. I like the cover art for this one. It's got that sort of cool fantasy novel style, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 use the same box style, so they look cool. And hopefully that has helped distract you from how crappy the world is. I'm Mickey P, and thanks for watching.